I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life.
What is going on, YouTube? My name is Chuck Butler, and you are tuning in to the Friday recap that is happening on Saturday. So, yeah, you have to understand that I'm only human, and sometimes I mistrack, I get misplaced around the days, So, let's go ahead and get into my beautiful thumbnail. As you can see, I am up a measly 2.82%. I understand. I understand if you want to unsubscribe, just go ahead and click that unsubscribe button and I'll move on with my life with my little 2.82%. But you know what? I'll always be here, whether you like it or not. I'm like a leech. Yeah, I'm your person. I'm your personal leech. Just think of me as that. I'm gonna suck your blood and then give you some type of compliment. Just bouncing some ideas back and forth. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. I traded 4 tickers this week. It was very slow week. If you follow the market, you can tell. Here, let me go ahead and look at the SPY. Yeah, as you can see, it hit a resistance here around 2. Here, let me go ahead and mark that. Hit a resistance here around 293. Let's see, October 2nd first. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, it's been a slow week, as you can tell. Why? So let's go ahead and get into the 4 tickers I traded. I'm gonna say the best one. Oops, sorry. I'm pretty sure you can hit. I'm pretty sure you heard that. So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize. Let's go ahead and move in. Oh, I'm terrible. Let's go ahead and move into the first ticker symbol. Ticker symbol PG. Let's go ahead and zoom in on it. Let me zoom a little bit back out. Okay. As you can see, um, this one was an option. As you can see, I don't really have it thoroughly broken down because I don't want to show you guys how I trade options until I go ahead and get a better grip and handle of what I'm actually doing. Because I do have an idea of what I'm doing. It's just that I'm just working on it. But as you can see right here in this bubble zone, I'm supposed to write the time that I got in around, but I got in around. Yeah, let me look at my entry. Oop. Moving to the second fancy monitor. I got in on a call around 30 cents around this area, and my plan was to sell it at point six 60 cents, but that did not work out because it ended up selling off dramatically the next day. But luckily, I still was able to profit only a measly $5. Whatever, $5. That's like a more than my niece. Yeah, all right. I'm happy. Yeah, but I um I went ahead and exited at 0.37 because right here around this white bubble bounce zone. Because as soon as I saw that it got rejected at 850 twice, I'm like, nah. I'm like, I'm dipping. I'm dipping. So I went ahead and got out of there with somehow a win for 1.63%. So not what I was looking for, but could have gone worse. Now let's move over to the next ticker symbol. Oh wait, no, let me tell you why I got into PG first of all. I'm sorry. As you can see right here, I drew a trend line. Boom. It's on an ascending uptrend pattern. Higher highs over higher lows, higher highs. Very, yeah, you see higher highs, higher lows. And last week, it wasn't exactly at its low, but it kind of consolidated, and I got in on this green push right here, this green candle right here around the top. But it did hit a resistance at 84.50, which I should have known that was going to be a possible resistance. So that was ultimately my fault. I mean, if I was going to take this trade, I should have gotten in at the bottom of the candle. So, but all in all, I really don't think I should have taken this trade. But yeah, the reason that I took it is because I saw that it was having an uptrend and it was above the blue EMA, but I failed to see the resistance at 845, which was a simple mistake that could have been avoided, but it wasn't. So live, laugh, no, live, laugh, live and learn, live and learn. Let's move over to ticker symbol SFIX. This one was I played this one twice this week on two separate occasions, and both were puts, as you can see from this monstrous downward trend. I don't understand how I lost on the. I played this twice and I only won. No. I broke even on one of them and I lost on the other. I don't understand how I didn't profit off of any of these. I'm not really that good at puts, but I'm still gonna do 'em. So let's move over to the first one that I traded on the second I traded the first one as a day trade. I entered at 140 and I wanted my exit to be around 180. As you can see, I got hit. Oh, and I no 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 okay. I got in around here at 140, and I um I exited around here around 125 because as you can see I was on a put, but as soon as it started to reverse an uptrend, my put started to go down, and it was a put for this week, so it was going to move faster because of the time decay and the volatility. So I was actually in the green on this one for about uh, 10 seconds. I tried to profit with no, I tried to take profit at $40, but I was too slow, and it went and then it just shot back down, and I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna mess with this because I decided that I already got too late. I already got in too late on the downward trend from yesterday, and I wasn't gonna take my chances anymore. But as you can see, it never broke above the EMA line, and it just continued to trend down for the day. And I never should have got out. I got scared on this one. I will admit it because I'm used to playing calls more than puts. But yeah, but you know, as sometimes once we're trying new things, we all get scared, and I did get scared on this one. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, but there's that, and then yeah. So I lost a total of 10.71% on that trade, only like $15. Not too bad, but you know, I would have rather kept that $15. And this other trade, I entered in SFIX again, um, because I saw, because as I saw, oh, I'm all over the place. As soon as I started to see that it was making lower lows, I decided to go ahead and get back in after market, and it trended back up pre-market, and then it trended back. As you can see, it sold off again as I thought it would because of how the pattern was playing out. Like every morning, or from the previous morning, it sold off, and then it didn't really sell off right here. It started to consolidate, but I was going based off of what happened yesterday, and it sold off again, and then I got out around here when it bounced, and started to trend back up. And I entered this at 20 cents, and I exited at 20 cents for a break even. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm not mad. But in all, what I should have done is I should have waited until pre-market yesterday if I was going based off of the pattern yesterday, and I should have shorted it at the top right here and then sold down here. But live and learn. Let's move on to the next ticker symbol CONE. This one was just the regular shares. I got in around 64 because as you can see these two yellow dotted lines, I use these as the buy zone for price action. As you can see, it did bounce off of this blue support I have drawn here, and I wanted to sell around 68 because I believe that as soon as it can get above the buy zone, which that it could shoot back up, which it usually did in the past before. But what I failed to do is wait for a better confirmation because it only broke above the zone just a little bit and it came back down, but then it never came back up again. And as soon as it came back up again and made a higher high across this red candle right here, that's when I should have entered. So that was my mistake. I was just being a little bit impatient, but live and learn once again. And let me zoom in on the 5-minute, 5-day chart. I got in right here around 64, around the top. Come on, congratulations, congratulations. Give it to me, give it to me. Buy high, buy higher. Then I sold around this white zone, this white bubble bounce zone, because as soon as I saw that it broke below the price action line, I'm like, you know what? I'm not, the trade is starting to go against me, and I'm just not gonna deal with it. So I just went ahead and cut my losses, even though you could say, well, Chuck, you could have waited because it bounced. Well, I wasn't gonna go. I was gonna trade something that A wasn't going my way, and B didn't have the enough volume to push up to the price point that I wanted. So yeah, I just didn't trade that. I didn't re-enter that one. It's a good thing I didn't because it came back up to the top of the buy zone here. See, it broke below it again, came back up, and then just broke below. So it's a good thing I stayed away from that trade. To give myself a pat on the back. Not for the trade itself, obviously, but for sticking to my plan, which I'm working on, which you should all be doing. You should all have a plan, and you should all stick to it. That's how you become consistent and profitable. That's what I've been told. So and I had about 8 shares on this one, and the total amount of margin I lost was 1.83%. So, oh no, it says 1.8%. Yeah, wasn't too bad again, just small losses. But you can't have too many small losses because death by a thousand cuts. So let's move on to the next ticker symbol, VTVT. Oh, I'm excited about this one because this one is what saved me and made my 2.82% for the week. Let's go ahead and get into it. No, let's back up. As you guys know, if I do day trade or if you don't know, when I day trade something below $10, I like to get in at the dollar and the 50-cent price point because usually those are psychological resistance points, and as soon as those are able to break, then there's usually an uproar in volume, and it usually shoots about 15 to between 15 and 25 cents high. So I usually try to profit around the 30-cent margin, but if I can get 20 or 15%, that's still pretty cool to me. And on the past 6-day trades like this that I made, I have one only playing this the psychological breakpoints of $1.50. No, not $1.50, but the 50-cent mark and the $1 mark, or I should say half cent and whole dollar marks. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this a little bit more. As you can see, I did get in a little early around 480, but I like the way that the volume was moving and the level 2 was nice and not spread out too much. So I went ahead and took in position in at 480, and I sold around here, this white bubble zone, at 530. This trade could have not gone more perfect for me. I got in with 100 shares, and the margin I covered was 10.82%. This trade was juicy, very, very juicy. And even though, I could have held it and made even a greater percentage to $6, I stuck to my plan. I get in at the whole dollar or the 50-cent break, and I sell at around 30 cents to 50 cent, 30 cents to 15-cent profit margin. So yeah, the trade went perfectly, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep up my green streak, and I'll figure out a way to prove to you guys that I'm not lying. Hopefully this weekend, because I am supposed to be getting new software. Because I am using some shoddy editing software. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I'm not made out of money, not yet. So go ahead and comment down below on how you did this week percentage wise. Don't forget to like and subscribe only if you found value in this, found any type of value in this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday for Stock Talk Sunday. So yeah, have a nice weekend.